to end the drought, and DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist from Joseph. And it's 8 points for DeMar DeRozan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 5th in points, 12th in rebounding, and they were in the top half of the league in field goal percentage as a team, and part of that was due to the fact that they were a little inconsistent offensively.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball.
Right with it, out defended by Freak. Inside, here's Biyombo.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Now here's Freak. He's got 9. And again, no good by Brooklyn. 1:12 left to play in the first. Here's Powell. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Wright. Screened by Young. Shot clock at 6. Freak, and it's off from three-point range.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Nets leading by 8. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Raptors. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and, there's always random.
And DeMar DeRozan, the star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them back.
A lot of people never really pay no attention to the Raptors. They just look at the Raptors like another team, So when I came, I just wanted to bring that feeling back and the excitement that everybody had for the Raptors.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the institution here for Brooklyn. Tony Snell's checked in for Young. Bogdanovich comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Freak's checked in for Johnson. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Augustine. Freak in a 2-guard. Bogdanovich out there with Tony Snell. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Jones in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. There's Freak. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Raptors trail by 12. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He ended up with 44 points and was just on point from deep, sinking what seemed to be an endless stream of threes. He left his imprint on the game as he took over, seemingly doing whatever he wanted to do. Can he do it again, Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Traps in the tray. Freak's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now he's starting to pick up from what he accomplished in the first quarter, where he made 3 of his 3-point attempts.
Kicks to DeRozan. DeRozan with a screen for Wright. They set the pick. And DeRozan. Here we go. Can't get it to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And it's Freak missing.
His shot's it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Powell. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 blocked shots and also altered a ton of shots.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Biyombo. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 8 points a game, 11 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Sure is. I mean, he thinks every rebound is his, and most of them are. That's why he's putting up such big numbers.
The wide open look here for DeRozan.
No doubt the fight's there. They are trying to battle back, but he's just really struggling this quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And stolen by Biyombo. Right outside. Passes it to Biyombo. There's the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bishop. Soft touch off the glass. He has 6.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
The Nets making a switch here. Young's checked in. Screen by Jones. And here's Freak. 14 points for him. Bangs home the trifecta. Freak's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Nets.
This is an absolute monster performance from him. He is pulverizing them from the three-point line.
Pass to DeRozan. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Here's Freak. Good, and Jack gets the assist. 19 points for Freak.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows. Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Off target with his 3. Raptors trail by 14. There's the pick. It's DeRozan with the drop. No good off the back of the rim. The net shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Now, Freak. He's got 19. Lets it fly. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's DeRozan. Buries the long-range jumper. DeRozan's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer. Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And so we wrap up the first half. Net.
I'm alongside.
Okay, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, your
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
substitution on the court.
Nets leading by 10. So for Toronto right now, Bismack Biyombo is out there with MyCareer. Then it's Corey Joseph, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And that one's good. Freak. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And right, here we go. Ball's knocked loose. The rebound by Young. The Nets have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Screen by Jones. Freak with it. He's got 21 from deep three-point range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And right, here we go. And he gets it to go. 10 points for Joseph.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Got that one up quick. And the Nets lead by 15. Toronto's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. To the paint, Biyombo kicks to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. There's the 3. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds in this game. Toronto working the ball around now. And right, here we go. A second chance effort. And that one comes up a bit short.
You can tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over. And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And GA, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Carroll, no one around him. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Nets leading by 11. Now here's Freak. He's got 26.
Sticking too much.
From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Freak's got 10 points here in the second half.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Right side. Here's Powell. Rebound, Brooklyn.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Screen by Young. Here's Freak. He has 29. From deep three-point range. Goes up again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Young. He's got 11 points now and 3 great steals. He's piling up the projection to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long.
And the second free throw, good. Raptors trail by 15. There's a good screen. Feeds it to Powell. Soft touch off the glass.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Screen by Young.
Move the ball, sticking too much.
And here's Freak. Young sets a screen for Freak. Launches it. And Wright pulls it down. Toronto's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Off the screen. Shot is off.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well executed.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Jack. And the Raptors also making a change. Joseph, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. Freak, he's in at the point. Jones is out there with Young. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Terrence Ross.
Raptors trail by 8. And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. They set the screen. Here's Bishop. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
Screen by Young.
The ball, stick it
Now Freak, clock at 6. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Freak's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And DeRozan kicks to Joseph. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Here's Freak. No good on the triple.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Looking at the numbers for Biyombo, 17 rebounds, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And Biyombo drops them both.
Those free throws edge them a little closer. A couple of stops on defense, and they might not be down for long.
1:43 left in the game. Screen by Jones. Here's Freak. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Freak's got 35.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
Can't hit from the corner. Raptors trail by 8. Poke loose. 1:06 left in the fourth. Unloads. The shot is off. Nice D from DeRozan.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Now the pass to Bishop. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter. And just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
Screen by Jones. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. And he gets the bucket. Freak's got 37.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
DeRozan dishes to Joseph. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Ross passes to Bishop. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. No good from Ross. Freak with it. From deep three-point range, misses there. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A confident...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. And we witnessed tonight just how he came to be the NBA's #1 scorer. He's just on another level when it comes to putting the ball in the basket. Did it all game long. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Rockets in Houston. And for Houston, they're keeping pace with their win total from last season, holding steady, though they'd like to move the needle and continue to improve. And guys, we'll get to see Freak play in this one. He was one of the bigger names in college, jumped to the NBA after 1 year. Shaq, you left early as well. How hard of a decision was it to leave school?
Well, it's never an easy decision. Each person has different reasons why they want to leave. Financial responsibility, just getting tired. In my case, the Hack of Shaq was created. I was getting beat up too much, and I heard my main man Dick Vitale say if Shaq leaves, he'll be the #1 pick. So I didn't want to go back, get hurt, and possibly drop.
Yeah, because you could have been #2 if you stayed a year, I'll tell you. But, this guy, Freak, because if you would have played in that era with Freak, I don't know, Shaq. This guy, he left school early. But
how's the family? CC good?
Yeah, she's good. They're all good. Nice knowing you have family to have your back all the time.
For sure. Got to keep that support system in place. Make a big difference over a long season. Good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, man. Hey, we're taking this one, right?
Not a chance, Freak.
Well, we have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Brooklyn Nets come in for this one. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. On the floor. Rockets trail by 8. So for Brooklyn now, Freak in at point guard. Tony Snell is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jones in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Freak with it. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Oklahoma City.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Freak, #1.
Well, for him, it was one of the best years he could have behind the three-point line. A dream year behind the arc for this guy. He was the #1 three-point shooter in the league.
And more kicks to Brewer. Here's Capella, defended by Jones. 5 to shoot on the wing, Brewer. That one rolling around and rims out.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And that one's good. Freak.
Once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
No doubt, he is a threat from anywhere. And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. Some last season stats for him. First in three-point field goal percentage, and he was top 5 in field goal percentage. Never settling, always working to get a good look.
And you're right. Not only did he dial it up from deep all year, he did it with tremendous consistency.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Booker. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Brooklyn.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
And he's good on the second. Nets leading by 11. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, I had the chance to talk with the head coach for Houston. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their instincts on the offensive end, saying, "We do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys."
And Doris, appreciate the report. We'll get to see early on here how coaches' focus on their shot selection comes to fruition, guys.
And if they heed their coach's words and really commit to finding the best shot possible each time down, I think they'll be fine.
Teamwork is the secret here. I mean, if they're going to achieve that goal of shooting a high percentage from the floor, they can't do it as individuals.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard, probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving out space for themselves under the glass, and guys just weren't working hard enough in my estimation.
Now here's Freak. Not a lot of room. Screen by Jones. Freak. Rebounded by Capella.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Nets leading by 10. And here's Freak. He's got 11. Shoots. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
The Nets have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
They set the screen. Here's Booker. The rebound by Johnson.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 6 on the shot clock. And a wide open look for Freak. The Rockets pull it in. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Nets lead by 13.
Let's take him back.
And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Freak, he's in at the point. Young out there with Jones. Then it's Johnson, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. Harden outside. He dishes it to Beverly. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Beverly's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Rockets. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Here's Freak, 13 points in the game. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second. It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
A 3-ball, no good. So Houston will take it the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
It's Harden with the drive and taken away by Johnson. From deep. Here's Jones, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest
now. Here's Freak. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Screen by Jones. He was all alone on that one.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
The Rockets shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And that one falls for Brewer. Houston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Moore. Passes to Rivers. That 3 off the mark.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it would. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And Moore kicks to Rivers. The Rockets again can't hit.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And really deep three that time. 22 points for Freak.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
A nice shot by Booker.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Freak. And that one hits back iron.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
He got it up. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And through the first half of...
Well, James, throughout...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even... Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Booker comes in for Michael Beasley. Brewer is checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Austin Rivers in for Patrick Beverley. Trevor Booker is out there with Brewer. Then it's Harden. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. At the elbow, Harden. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Here's Freak, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Freak's got 4 points this quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season. In second, the Rockets.
A big part of their defense really revolved around their ability to block shots. Out of backline protection allows you to be aggressive on the perimeter.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often that's the case for this team.
Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Tony Snell. Good on the second free throw. Nets leading by 5. Now here's Freak. He's got 26. Screen by Young. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Rivers. And that one's good. Freak.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Houston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Thunder was superb. He finished with 36 points and was just efficient on the offensive end, picking his spots on when to keep the ball moving or try his own luck. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
To the inside, Booker. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Booker's got 7 points in the game.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Rivers. Here's Freak. No good from outside.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Houston gets it back. And Booker kicks to Brewer. Capella dishes to Harden. Pass to Brewer. Takes the three. That's good. Now just a 2-point Nets lead.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. No one near him. And again, it's Brook. Converting. Harden. The shot is off.
Put your hands together.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. Brooklyn making some changes. Jones checked in for Hollis Jefferson, and Freak subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Freak, he's in at point guard. Bogdanovich out there with Young. Then there's Terrence Jones. And it's Kilpatrick in at the shooting guard position. Moore. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Here's Freak. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Beverly kicks to Moore. Ariza outside. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
They sure did, Greg. And I like the fact they never put their chin in their chest when they were down early. I mean, they were down big early. They were composed, and they never got desperate and stayed within themselves. Very impressive.
Pocket 4. There's Freak. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. That 3 off the mark. Brooklyn trailing. Now Freak. There's the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Rockets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Houston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Moore with it, out defended by Freak. Back to Moore. It's up a 3. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Now here's Freak, defended by Beverly. Freak with it. From deep three-point range.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Moore gets to Ariza. Moore passes to Beverly. Beasley outside. Beasley the screen, and it's Moore penetrating, misses in close.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
the ball and stick it too much.
Now here's Freak, defended by Beverly. To take the lead, and that one's good. Freak's got 34.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
And stolen by Freak. With the shot. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Howard setting the pick for Beverly. And it's Moore penetrating. The Rockets with another miss.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
The Nets with the lead. Howard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Beasley outside. Here's Moore. It's good from long range.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for the Rockets Power Dancers.
James Harden, he's checked in for Moore. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Screen by Young.
Move the ball.
There's Freak, and he's good on the 3-ball. Freak's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nightmarish fourth quarter, just 2 of 9 shooting anybody's game, and that's one reason why.
With the shot, and it's Beverly missing.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And it's Freak missing.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Clark, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And Clark, that could rise again before we're through.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
Harden no good on the free throw. Beasley the screen. Shoots off the screen, and it's good off the back rim and in. And the Rockets lead by 5.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Freak. And again, it's the Nets missing. Houston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Beasley with a clean look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 8th assist here tonight. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Beasley sets a screen for Beverly. Back to Ariza, 6 to shoot, and another 3 for Houston.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, back-breaking run, really exposing the weaknesses in their defense.
There's Freak. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. Johnson against Harden. Kicks to Beverly. Beasley for 3. And another 3 for Houston.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
And it's Freak missing.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Rockets.
You're right, Steve. In fact, during that break, you said it was a gutsy win. And, Steve, I agree with you. It didn't look like a game that was going to work out for them. But, Clark, man, how things changed in a hurry.
I agree with you. Gutsy's the right word for it, Kevin. What a comeback. I mean, incredible fortitude and handling the adversity that showed up. Not just to come back, but to come back and really win going away.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their 2nd and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
No surprise here, just a big-time performance for Harden. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Pulls up on the wing. Offensive rebound, Nets. Here's Freak. Here's Young. Yep, it's good.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
So Houston wins it. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now,
Gentlemen, I'm here.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Looking at the studies tonight, any particular reason for that?
Yeah. That's it.
When did you know it was going to be one of those nights on the offensive end for you?
After I saw a few shots go down, it was pretty clear I was in a good rhythm. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. Next.
I saw your longtime girlfriend, Yvette Mendenhall, was in attendance at the game today. So when are you going to get her a ring?
Whoa. All right, I didn't know we were going to get all personal up in here tonight.
If there's anything I learned after my first season in the NBA, is that it's best to keep my personal life private. So that's what I'm going to do. Me and Yvette are happy.